What is up, everybody? We have a fantastic show for you today. We have Packers safety Adrian Amos in the house. We're going to have a good old fun chat, all right? We're going to talk about how he became an NFL star. How did he get to the league? We're going to talk about all things the NFL. We're going to talk about some NBA stuff. You know, Adrian Amos is he's an NBA guy, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about trolling some people on Twitter. I want to say trolling, but responding to the trolls, more like it. But before we get into that, big shout out to Quick Trip sponsoring the show. All right. Head over to the Quick Rewards app. Do a little scratch off, daily scratch off. You can win yourself a Chevy Tahoe. They also have themselves a Quick Trip podcast. I think it's called the Quick Cast. Download it everywhere you listen to podcasts, wherever you listen to this podcast, perhaps. Check out Quick Cast. We're going to talk about all things. I'm assuming Quick Trip. Maybe I will be a guest on the Quick Cast someday. But everyone, let's get into this thing. Adrian Amos of the Green Bay Packers stopped by to talk to little old Matt Ramage on the Matt Ramage Show. Let's get into this thing, people. Go Pack, go. What is up, everybody? We have a fantastic guest, an outstanding guest, a guy that I've been trying to get for a minute over here, Adrian Amos, man. How you doing today, man? Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me on.
All right, before we get started, I got to talk because I was just looking at your website. You got officialadrianamos.com. You actually have, like, a lot of players have some cool merch. Like, your logo, like your design is it's really good. I'm gonna get me some. I should have got some. Like I could have wore it for the for the podcast, but you really do have some awesome stuff.
Oh, appreciate it. I actually got one on right now with my logo right here. So but yeah, we got new merch coming out. We're actually about to have some new designs coming more. A lot of people like the Smash sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's Smash. I'm definitely gonna get some. Everyone, check out officialadrianamos.com. Check out his Instagram. It's in the links in his bio, and I'll actually put a link in the description here on Facebook and on YouTube. So definitely check that out and get yourself some merch, people. Represent.
Appreciate that.
All right, but hey, I appreciate you coming on here. Let me switch this up real quick. But yeah, so. First of all, I want to start this. First of all, with saying thanks for taking the time, because you don't do a lot of podcasts, do you?
I haven't done a whole lot of them, but I'm starting to get more into it. I'm talking more.
Yeah.
I look about 5 years ago, I wouldn't do nothing. I just nope to everything, everybody. But I'm being a little bit more open, a little bit more vocal. My cousin actually has a podcast that he started up that I go on every once in a while, and so yeah, I've just been talking a little bit more.
What's his podcast called? I'll throw it up over here.
It's comfortable. It's comfortable. I'll put it up. I'll give it to you. All
right.
So you can have the link on there. The actual thing. I don't want to mess up the actual link. I want to say that I want to say the actual words that have you somewhere different.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the description. But yeah, like I've done a lot of these podcasts. Like when I first started podcasting, I would just like ask players to come on. A lot of times, like I was drinking, I was having a few, and I would just like start messaging players, "Hey, want to come on my podcast?" And then I realized like I'm not a good podcaster. Like Kingsley Kiki came on my podcast, and he was cool. He was awesome, but I sucked. I was so bad. I had just started. He just got drafted. I didn't do enough research. I was just starting. I was like, no, I'll just wing it. I'll be all right. And then it was horrible. Not on his end. He was awesome. And then he was going to do my podcast again. And then I think he was like, nah, I'm good. But no, but
yeah,
like,
so my cousin's podcast is called Comfortable Being Uncomfortable. And it's it's a podcast. It's political stuff. It's whatever's happening in the last week and stuff like that. It's every Sunday. So it's it's just a fun thing to watch. It's on Facebook. That's what they are on Facebook. Comfortable being uncomfortable. So yeah, I do little stuff like that. And then one day I want to have my little podcast. I want to be able to show people, what I'm thinking when it comes to the secondary and stuff like that. And I got a couple other guys that, would like to join me with that. So that might be something that's coming within the next couple of years.
I think that'd be awesome. First of all, because like how vocal like you are on Twitter when it comes to sports, like I think that you definitely. I want to ask you about that in it. But we have, I would say we have a one fan question. I took one fan question from a fella named Preston Smith. I asked him. I said, "Hey, I got Adrian Amos coming on the podcast. What's one question that you got?" He said, "Ask him, can he really dunk? And is it documented on camera and not a picture?"
That was my son. Just ran in. Go back in there. But can I really dunk? Yes, I can really dunk. I can really dunk, and yes, it is documented. I have to find the videos in somebody's phone, but for sure, I can dunk.
Yeah, I actually messaged him earlier.
Dad, go out there. Go out there. Hey, say hi to the podcast. Say hi to the podcast.
Hey, what's
this
up?
Is my son. This is Dash, Adrian the third.
How you doing?
Running around.
Future safety in the NFL right there.
I don't know. He's gonna be something angry. Go in there. But yeah, we'll be back.
That's how it be. That's that family life. We're all right.
Sure.
All right. So, like, I'm stoked to talk to you. I was stoked to talk to like many players that I got to talk. I remember doing a podcast with Tim Bull, backup quarterback for the Packers, now plays for the Lions. And like halfway through that podcast, I froze, couldn't think. I was like, "Oh, my brain shut off." And he was super cool about it because it wasn't live. And he was like, "No," and he was actually helping me, like, "No, like maybe I have some ideas for some questions." And like I was like, "No, I'm back." Because so like that leads me to my next question. Like, has there ever been a player that you played against or played with that you were like super stoked to like, I'm on the field with this dude, like, in your younger days, like, I get to be on the field with it, whether it be in your locker room and they're, playing against, like, I get to be on the field with this dude right
here. It's usually after the fact when I sit down and think about it. I haven't really been like, starstruck or anything, but saying that my rookie year, just playing against people that I've, grown up watching or things like that, after the games. And then you like, because during the game and I play safety too, you can't be too like this. You're gonna have a long day. So, but I did, my rookie year playing against Adrian Peterson. So every time I got a chance to hit him, I was trying to run through him. Like everything, it was just like, it was one of those type of things. Like, man, I get to play against AP, and like I'm gonna try to do this. And then getting the chance to talk to him after the game was cool. Actually, my first game ever in the NFL was against the Packers.
All right,
it was against the Packers. So it was Aaron, it was Randall Cobb, and my cousin. The same cousin that has the podcast, his favorite team growing up was the Packers, and he was, so that was a rivalry in itself. And so like playing against, Aaron the first time I go out there, playing against Randall Cobb, saying my first experience, it was Eddie Lacy was my first tackle. I remember that too. Because I just grab and roll down. That was like a, he was the size of, the biggest fullback. He was bigger than all the fullbacks running the ball. He was special.
Yeah, especially if he gets to the safety level and he's just running with that thing. Like first of all, I can't even talk about me because I ain't trying to get in front of nobody. But especially, so like you're talking about like Bear fans, like or Packer fans, like. When you're playing with the Bears, was that like a thing? Was there like a little bit of trash talk like within the family there?
Not
I mean,
really,
not
just same
trash
old,
talk,
same
but you
old.
know what I mean. Then
Like same old, same old. I don't know. You talking about when I was with the Bears, or since I've been to
yeah,
the
yeah,
Packers
yeah.
talking
And
to the
like
Bears?
when you were at the Bears, and you're talking about like your cousin is
Oh yeah. So like he'll come to the games and he rooting for the other team. You know what I'm saying? He's rooting for um yeah. So we have little different things where if I win, he got put the Bears jersey up
yeah.
in his in his man cave. That jersey is down now for sure. As soon as I came, because he's diehard like that. Like he when
Yeah.
I'm with the Bears, he's still Packers. Like you know what I'm saying, like rooting against. And now he don't even like that. My other family members are Packer fans now. You know what I'm saying? Because he like, no, y'all wasn't Packers fans before. Don't be that Packers fan now.
I used to joke about that because like my son's in college now. My older boy, he played football. I used to tell people like, if he gets drafted to the Bears, I'm not wearing a Bears jersey. Like I'll go there, I'll support him, do your thing. But like I maybe won't even wear Packer stuff. I wear just regular clothes because I ain't gonna disrespect. But I was like, I am not. You know what I mean? Like I cannot wear Bears merch. I can't do it. Dude, Packer fan, like we just can't do it. So what was that like for you? Like, I mean, I know like as a player, it's business. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, but like switching from Bears to the Packers, I saw on Twitter a lot of after you left. That's actually how I noticed you, like on social media. I thought like right away, like, this dude just says what he wants to say. A lot of Bears fans. I remember the first tweet that I saw from you is Bears fan said, "I'm glad you're not a Bear anymore," and you said, "Me too." And I was like, I love this dude. I love this dude. So, but what was that like? Like switching. I know, like I said, like I know, like as a player, like that's work. Like you know, what I mean that you're not like a fan of either. But like, what was that like with the rivalry? Because you probably felt like the Bear Pack rivalry over there, and now you're on the other side.
um, as a rivalry, I mean, you feel it on like Twitter and stuff like that, and then like it's a division game. I guess it was a little bit more. I mean, I could consider it a game, but like going back to just the way it ended with me in Chicago, like just I didn't like how the organization handled it, or handled stuff with me, or just what they said after I left too. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different stuff that I didn't like about that. So that added to like the first couple games, but like not my play because I was still gonna play hard, but
Yeah.
it just added to the moment. But then afterwards, after that first year, it was just like, all right, whatever. It's
It
like
is
thing, you
what
know
it
what I'm saying?
is.
It's just all right, it's just playing the
Yeah.
Bears and it's a division game. So, you know what I'm saying, we got, bring our A game, you know what I'm saying, just because it's another division game.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that there was any type of situation. I know like with the fans, because on both sides, fans are gonna fan, you know what I mean? Like fans are gonna
Yeah.
talk. I didn't know there was any type of thing. But like what I wanted to have you on here for is because like what I want to talk to like not just players but successful people. I want to say like find out like how they get to like where they're at. Because obviously like you're at the top, like you're a football player, you're at where people want to be at playing football. So like uh when did you start playing football?
So I started playing football when I was 5 or 6, and I was a and quarterback, and then but yeah, just seeing my older cousins, and my father was in the football. He played football and basketball growing up in high school. He was one of the guys that tore his knee up his senior
Oh,
year, and then back then you tear your knee up senior year,
yeah.
it's basically over with.
That's a wrap.
So
Yeah.
now people come back from ACLs in 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Adrian Peterson,
Yeah,
give me a few weekends.
exactly. Yeah, Asian piece will come back in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, started young, and I always play quarterback. I played quarterback up until in the ninth grade. I played quarterback. I was like 5'2", and in the next year I wanted to play varsity as a sophomore, and they said, and I was about 5'7" by then. They was like, in order to play varsity, you gotta play corner. And so that's when I switched started playing corner my sophomore year because I wanted to play varsity, and it just caught on there. And then by the time my senior year, I was playing like tight end and wildcat quarterback, like corner, safety, until eventually in college, I went to college to play corner at Penn State.
Yeah, because I always wondered that because like I remember my son played varsity, but we live in a small town, like 4,000 people, so like everybody plays varsity. I ain't trying to dog on my kid. I'm just saying. I remember because my son played, I think it was like defensive line, kind of linebacker-ish, and tight end. And I remember he caught his first pass, like as a tight end, and he caught that thing wide open, right? And I remember I was jumping up, that's my boy! Because he didn't get that from me. I was like, that's my boy! And then the safety came in. I was like, I don't think he sees that. I don't think he sees that, man. And he just popped him, drilled him. Ball comes flying out. I got real low. I was like, hey, my kid. But I always wondered because it wasn't in the cards for my son. All right, he's going to college for business. It wasn't in the cards for him. But like, when do you know? Like, isn't it in high school? Because I think it's most high school players, like obviously dreams to play in the NFL, especially those like have it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys know this is fun. A lot of guys know that, hey, maybe I can go to college. But like, when did you think like, man, I could do this thing? Like I can go to the pros with this thing.
When you first say it and when you first believe it, it might be different. So like when I was young playing quarterback, I thought I was going to be an NFL quarterback when I was, when I was 8. So I'm like, I'm going to the NFL.
Mike
I'm saying that. But, you know what I'm saying? But, at the time, it's like, I'm thinking that, but I don't even know. I don't really understand what the NFL is. Like, At 8, I didn't understand that the NFL was like how it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like as a job, as a everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that stuff.
Some adults don't know that now. Some fans don't realize that.
And then you get to high school, and then you just start working your way up. And I'm fighting for a scholarship, so I wasn't a highly recruited guy until like my senior year. And then it was just a one game where we played against Gilman. It was Calvin Hall Gilman, my senior year. And actually, me and my father was just talking about this the other day because we was watching some old clips on his like old camera that he had.
Yeah.
And we was like, and it was a game we played against Gilman. They had like Darius Jennings, who played for the Titans, and a couple other teams. Cyrus Jones, who at Alabama, the punt returner at Alabama, he played at the New England. They had a lot of D1 guys on that team, and we had a few too. But we played against that team, and that day I played lights out that game, and that was like the day where I was like I'm really like I'm going to be good in college too. Like it clicked to me that I was like, all right, what I'm saying, this is something that I can do at that level type thing. And then, what I'm saying, then after that season, that's when I got a Penn State offer. And the week before signing, the funny thing is that was the day before I got a Penn State offer, like the weekend before signing day. And that's when I committed to Penn State.
That's wild. I actually just searched on Wikipedia, so I knew that because I'm not a college football guy. Like I'm not a college like people always ask me like, who do you think the Packers should draft? Like, dude, I have no idea, bro. I watch the Badgers and I don't even know all of them. You know what I mean? Because I work Saturdays, so like it's hard to get into it because a lot of them. But yeah, so like going through college is like, was that like you knew from the get like I'm gonna get drafted, or like was there like a moment in college, or like was it like because I know like for different players like it's different. Like I've had different players on, and like what was that moment in college where you're like, all right, dude, we doing this, we going to the pros.
It was so I had it's been ups and downs, just like within college as well. I went to Penn State when the scandals and stuff happened too. After that. So like we can't go to bowl games, and I've never met the person who got in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
That's
it's like
wild.
we don't even know this person, and we get, you know what I'm saying, we getting punished for somebody else. So, but you know, going to college is like my freshman year. I played some at corner. I started a couple games at corner. Um, if you ask me, I should have been starting the whole season, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's but
no doubt.
but it's but you know what I'm saying, you just earn your stripes, just learning, getting bigger, stronger, faster. Um, me and it was me and like six guys. We was together, and we always stuck together, and we worked out together. Everything. It was me, Allen Robinson, Donovan Smith, Kyle Carter, Bill Belton, Deion Barnes. Like we like hung around each other, and we just like me and A-Rob did. I can't count how many one-on-ones we did in college. Like it was like we was working nonstop, and like when we had off times on off days, me and him going out there doing one-on-ones, fighting, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? We lived together too, so it was like it was real competitive, and we just kept getting better and better, and it was just like it was that type of thing. So like it was in our head that we wanted to be in the NFL, but we had doubts. Like my junior year, I was like pressing, like, man, you know, if I ball, I can be out this year. But the season didn't go how I wanted it to go. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't that good either. So then you come back to your senior year and be like, all right, this is it. And then I got drafted late. So it was just like it was always ups and downs. It was like seeds of doubt. I knew what I wanted to do. Sometimes it was seeds of doubt. Sometimes it didn't look like things were gonna happen the way it happened, but it always kept me hungry and working.
Yeah. I hear that. So like, yeah, because that's like I say on me. Like, before this podcast, I was like, man, I'm got Adrian Amos on this podcast. Like, I suck. Like, I literally think that I suck at a podcaster. So like, I don't compare it to athletics because I had a few beers, I wrote some notes, and I was, I got my confidence going. But yeah, I can't imagine uh like the competitiveness because like it's all about like the work, you know what I mean? Because like, but like every like in training camp, like there's a bunch of guys coming in there. Everyone wants a job. And yeah, I can't imagine. I'm just rambling on here. But so you're from Baltimore. Who was your guy growing up? Like playing
So I
football?
was
Like who was your guy? Like I don't know if you had jerseys, but if you could have jerseys, who was that guy that you'd wanted as represent as a kid?
well, in football it was Mike Vick, it was Ed Reed, Ray Lewis.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? In Baltimore, it was all defense. Like, you know what I'm saying, in Baltimore. And then yeah, like I was a big Michael Vick fan. As I told you, I was a quarterback back then. I was
Yeah.
quarterback and middle linebacker. So that's what, you know what I'm saying, that's what you know, I watched, and that's what that they were the guys I was big on.
So like, what year did you graduate high school?
What year was that? 11? Yeah, 11, right?
All right, because I
Yeah,
forget because
11.
I'm old. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out like like the NFL like who was what and all those things. But uh I'm trying to look at my notes over here. I'm not just I'm not uh so like when you got to the NFL, was there ever like a welcome to the NFL moment? Because like on the movies and all that stuff, or like even on ESPN, they try to welcome to the league, big fella, whatever, you know what I mean? But like, was there ever like, playing Adrian Peterson, like you mentioned earlier? Was there ever a moment like where you're like, whoa, all right, we in this thing?
um I don't know. I guess it was, I mean, it was just a learning curve my rookie year, just every week, you know what I'm saying? Because I started as a rookie the first game, like as a fifth rounder. I went fifth round. I was thrown in there the first game, starting, and you got Aaron Rodgers calling the cadence, um and I'm trying to disguise, and he know I'm coming down, so he doing like this because he know you know what I'm saying, he know the rotation, just stuff like that, like, you know, seeing Megatron lined up at like walking out the tunnel in Detroit, and Megatron standing there looking like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He built like LeBron. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, certain things like that. But it was never my mindset go to, all right, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go at them even harder type thing. So that was how it was really.
So like your mentality was like, I'm supposed to be here. Like I remember like Kobe Bryant, like a quote. I remember some TikTok video I watched one time. Some player was talking about they were telling Kobe like, oh, that's Michael Jordan. And he's like, they didn't understand. Like, I'm like that too. So like that's kind of the same thing where like there's no awestruck. Like, you know, I'm supposed to be here. Like this ain't nothing like new. Like not all like cocky, you know, arrogant, like oh whatever. But it's like yeah, I envisioned this. Like you were meant for this thing.
For sure, and that always helps when you make plays. You know what I'm saying? Like you make plays, your confidence build. But I'm not gonna lie and say that every moment I always, you know, had the utmost confidence. I always felt like I belonged here, but it was just like, you know, certain things like you get discouraged. Like the year, my second year, we went 3-13. You get this, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, man,
yeah.
Am I nice? You know what I'm saying? Am I good? You know what I'm saying? Can I do this? Like what? Like what's going on? Like why? You know what I'm saying? Why good stuff not happening type thing. So it's moments like that, but you gotta snap out of that quick because you like don't nobody care. You know what I'm saying? It is. Don't nobody really care what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have those moments trying to do this podcast thing. Like, why ain't nobody listening? They gonna listen to this one. I tell you that much right now. I think I already asked you that, or I already asked you that. So free agency is going on right now, right? So what's that like? You've been through that. I already asked you like going to the Packers or going from the Bears to the Packers, but like, what's that process like? Because I, as a fan, I think other fans like to know like are you just catered to? Like other teams just come in like, man, we love you, bro. Like we got you a pizza. Like I don't know, like what happens? Like everyone's like throwing flowers at you, trying to get you to come. What's that process like?
I think it's different for a lot of people, but like I think when you get in your third contract or stuff like that, I think it's more like take your time type thing. But like when it's your first time in free agency, it's like you getting calls right as tamper period start. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so boom, like my process was like at 12:01, Green Bay called me type thing. It was like, all right, and like even before it broke, like I already had, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like we didn't already went through it the day before it even broke type thing. You know what I'm saying? I went through the whole like discussions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, during that tamper period. So, you know what I'm saying, when it came time to sign, it was just time to sign type thing. So it's just like you don't get it. Like people be like, oh well, you decide, oh, you wanted to play with Aaron Rodgers. No, like that was like, you know, like you wanted to play with, you know, I think people later on they can do that. Like somebody like Cobb goes into free agency, he's been played years and he can decide this or that. But like me, I'm a 5th round pick coming from Chicago. I'm like, all right, somebody, you know, you get into free agency, man. I hope somebody want me. Then you know what I'm saying. Then you don't know where you're going to be able to go. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's just like the teams tell you your market basically, and they tell you what you gonna get type thing, and it's like, all right, cool. I guess it's Green Bay type thing.
No,
so
because
it's different with other people. So like other people have different experiences, but mine was that, and it was other teams too. But it's just like, all right, who has the earliest, strongest offer? All right, bet.
Yeah, yeah. We're all glad that you came to Green Bay. If only for you to roast Bear fans, I'm glad you came to Green Bay on the Twitter. So now I want to get to like who to you. You play safety. Who is the best safety of all time?
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed.
Yeah, I don't think it's too close.
Yeah, it's not really.
Yeah, it's just
And
like the
you
the
from
impact he
Baltimore,
had
it
on the
doesn't even
game.
matter. Like he's just a beast.
Like if you so like me, I started getting like clips into my iPad of like just his like actual plays just within the game, just how he impacts the game and stuff he can do. Like Ed Reed is like, I think he's a step above everybody else.
Yeah, nobody is doing it like it. So is he a guy like you watch film of like regularly? Because I assume like do you watch film of like of some of the greats like regular maybe not like during the season, but like I don't know how film watching goes. I've never watched film in my life, but like I know like during the season you watch film of what's going on, the teams you face, but who are those guys that like you watch film of like I'm gonna get better watching film of this dude?
Yeah, so like that be in the off season. So like I'll get sometimes I watch it depends on like, you know, first off, I'm a sports fan in general. So I watch
Yeah,
a
oh,
lot
I
of
know you
sports.
are. I
Yeah,
follow you
I
on
watch a
Twitter
lot of
heavy.
sports in general. So but like people like Brian Dawkins, I watch some of his stuff
Yeah.
that he like, you know, around the line of scrimmage. He does a lot, you know, there. I watch Ed Reed, but a lot of stuff I watch with Ed Reed is entertainment because the stuff he does is like, all right, I'm not getting better just watching this because like Ed Reed will be in the left half and
Yeah, I
then
feel like the
intercept a
coaches
slant
had
on the
no
other side of
say
the
in what
field.
he was
Yeah,
doing.
that's just off of what I take from Ed Reed is watch a lot of film. You know what I'm saying, to know what the other team doing, because that's what he did a lot. Like you can tell, like, all right, the only reason he made that play because he saw that during the week type thing, and he just
Yeah.
went and got it. Um, but yeah, I like Dawkins. I like Reed. Um,
What about what about Troy Polamalu? Like
yeah, I
he
like him.
was like
I
that
haven't had him
freelance type of
downloaded.
dude that I
Yeah,
feel like him and Ed Reed, like I like to say, I'm not no expert. I'm a football fan. But like he seems to me like the coaches had no say in what they did. Like he was just like, I watched film, I'm gonna jump over this line whenever I feel like it. I'm gonna run over here, I'm gonna run over there. And they were usually right.
yeah, that's usually right because it was premeditated, and they probably, you know, knew they was going to do that. They was doing that during the week. Like, all right,
Yeah.
if I get this play, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Palomalo is good like that. That's somebody to add to, you know, add to my iPad. You know, I'm a big fan of Sean Taylor too. The way he
Yeah.
played,
Even in the Pro
the
Bowl,
way
he'd
he's
be knocking
gifted.
people out.
Yeah. And then in the slot, I think Charles Woodson at nickel is one of the, you know, first I think he's if we talking about all around DBs like play corner, safety, nickel, I think he the best ever at that. And so I watched a lot of when he played nickel. He played a lot of nickel in Green Bay. A
Yeah.
lot of nickel when he was playing there, like playing over the slot and stuff like that. So he made a lot of plays doing that here.
Yeah, he was an absolute monster. Like, and as he got older, he switched over to safety. But yeah, Charles Woodson, when he came to Green Bay, like I'm not sure Packer fans in general knew what a cornerback was until Charles Woodson got here. Like as a Packer fan, I was like, all right, that's what they do. You know what I mean? Uh, all right. I know that you're a big NBA guy. I don't want to keep you too long. Uh, But I know you're an NBA guy because I follow you on Twitter, and one thing I love about you is you talk about the NBA like I talk about the Packers on Twitter. Like you follow me on Twitter. I'm surprised you haven't unfollowed me because I be tweeting all the time about Packers. Sometimes I'm a little tipsy. I tweet things I shouldn't tweet. Maybe cuss out Colin Coward every now and again, but I try not to do that. But you're a big NBA fan, so who is your favorite NBA team growing up? I mean,
Team, I
did
didn't,
you have a team?
because because I'm from Baltimore and we don't have a team. The closest team is the Wizards in DC, when they had Gilbert and everybody, but I wasn't really big on Gilbert. I watched a lot of Maryland basketball, college. But like growing up, I was fans of different players. So like I was a big AI guy.
Yeah.
I was a big Allen Iverson guy growing up. I like Kevin Garnett. Um, who else growing? Well, to this day, Melo. You know what I'm saying? To this day, Melo, KD. But you know that like Melo, KD, because they're from Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Melo, Baltimore, KD, Maryland.
Represent.
Um, you know what I'm saying? And then, but I feel like only person I'm biased to when I talk about is Melo and Westbrook. Because you know what I'm saying, I'm a fan of their games, but everything else, I'm just being realistic. Like people get mad when I say KD the best in the world, but like you can't tell me that KD not the best. I know Giannis is dominating right now. He's on top right now. I can say he's on top. He, you know what I'm saying, he might hold the crown, but like as one for one bet because he won a championship, but one for one basketball, them two, if we go to a rec center and both of them are standing there, who am I choosing? I'm choosing the one that can shoot from half court and that is 7 foot, can do everything that a guard can do, but he's 7 foot. I don't think anybody, you know what I'm saying, they get mad at me. I say stuff like,
no, dude, I love it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
First of all,
KD, you know what I'm saying? I say KD to, you know, if I'm making a top 5 list, he in my top 5
oh,
list.
Hey, I got that question, so don't cut me off now.
Oh, yeah, he's in my top 5, but he's definitely
no, but no, I love that because you got passion. Like you got like you talked about not being biased, dude. I am the most biased Packers fan. The stuff I get called about being a Packers fan, I get called a cheerleader. Like, no, you a homer. Like, because they're like, I will not disrespect Aaron Rodgers over any player. It doesn't matter. Like Preston Smith, my guy. I love me some Preston Smith. I wear 9-1 every week. Every week I do a little live show where like I watch the game. People watch me watch the game for some reason. I love Preston Smith. Like, and anyone says anything better Preston Smith, I will block them. Like I am the most biased Packer fan. I don't block people because I love the haters. Bring them on. First of all, every comment helps the algorithm. Let's keep it rolling. You know what I mean? No, but I am the most biased Packer fan, and I'm okay with it because I'm not trying to be an analyst. I'm not trying to be a reporter. I'm not trying to hit up at the beat. And no disrespect to the people that do that. All good, have a good time with it. But like for me, I'm just trying to be a fan, have a good time. I get to talk to people like you. You know what I mean?
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just be a fan. That's what a fan is. You know what I'm saying? You're not the executioner. You know what I'm saying?
That is exactly what I say. Like, dude, like if everyone fan's different, but like the type of fan that I am, like you can't tell me no wrong. Like I just back my guys like to the fullest. Like people like I'm a realist, you know, and I get that you just said that, but like when people, I don't know, there's different type of fans. My type of fan, I'm a bias. I'm gonna rep my guys. Like even if they could fumble, AJ Dillon could fumble. I'm like that ball was slippery. I don't get it. You can't. You know what I mean? So
well, yeah, you better than my mother because I got my house is ruthless. So like my mom. Look, my mom, you know what I'm saying? Mommy hugged me up, but you come home, like I have 3 sisters and a brother. And all of them are like, I come home, like it's like, oh, look, you play pretty good, but this play right here, you know what I'm saying? That's how they are like. That's why I like Twitter, stuff like that. All of that stuff is funny to me. Like, nobody talked to me worse than my family if I mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even, it's on some like, that's just how we are. We pressure, like we're a very blunt household. You know what I'm saying? It's not like mean or like nothing like that, but it's like we just grew up with thick skin because it was like, all right, that wasn't good enough type thing. Like that's just how my house always been growing up. So it's like all of it, like I've never been a sensitive person after that.
Well, I think the same thing. I don't have that in my house because nobody watches anything that I do on the internet. But like all the people that like hate on me, like I trash the Bears, I trash the Vikings, I trash the Steelers, I trash basically any team that the Packers play at any point, right? So they'll come at me like your podcast sucked. I'm like, you watched my podcast? Why the hell would you watch that? You're a Seahawks fan or you're a Bears fan. Like, dude, I'm way more harder on myself. I think I suck. Like I like, why are you watching? I wouldn't watch my stuff, but I appreciate the view. You know what I mean? But I'll wake up. My son will have the TV on. He'll have like a YouTuber on. I'm like, hey, you know, I make videos. He's like, I don't watch podcasts. I'm like, yo, I asked him today. I was like, I got Adrian Amos coming on. You gonna watch? He's like, I don't watch podcasts. And he's a big Packer fan. Haha, Clinton Dix was in my house. He did a podcast. I got this helmet right here. Right? He's my guy, first of all. Big shout out to Ha. I don't think anyone would ever have watched. No Packer player would ever came on. You know how I started every conversation, get a Packer player to come on? Haha was at my house. He did a podcast. I name dropped him like
oh yeah. Ha said something to me about you a year ago. Something had I can't remember. I think I was laughing at something you said or something like that, and he had messaged me about you or something like that.
All right.
I can't remember. It was something like that, but I remember talking to Ha about it.
No, Ha is like an absolute god to me. Like he's like he is so awesome. Like
he good people.
We used to do the cleat videos or whatever. Like he made one cleat video like on his own, like he was joking around. And I was like, I'm gonna make that. So like he reached out to me and he was super cool. We used to do little videos every now and again. And he came to my house to do a podcast, which is like way out of the way. I was like, you don't gotta come to my house. We could do this. Like, we got video things now, you know? And he was like, no, I'm gonna come to your house. He was so cool. And I fully believe that if he didn't do that, then nobody would listen to my things. Like I got guys like you, I got guys like Kenny Clark, I got Preston Smith is gonna come on my thing in a little bit. Like there's so many players. I don't think none of that happened without Ha. And he just giving me the confidence to try, even when I fail, even when I feel like I sucked. I'm like, all right, bounce back. You gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? So I absolutely love Ha, and not just for like signing this thing, but just being like motivated. You know what I mean, that's why I like NFL players. Like the few that I get to talk to, like I feel like they're the most motivating people ever, because like nothing could slow you guys down. Like when you have a bad day, you know what I mean? You just keep it moving. Anyways, I don't want to get all sentimental and get all weird, but but all right. So I don't want to keep it too much longer, but if you had to build a fantasy team, NBA fantasy team, because I know you're an NBA guy, so I'm gonna try to keep it having a good time. Who's your top 5 NBA fantasy team? You can go all time if you want, because I feel like that might be better.
You said all time, so like my starting 5 or top 5?
Yeah. Let's go with your starting. I'm not a big NBA guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like, let's go starting. Like, if you had to make a starting 5 all time, like the guys you would have in the court, who do you got?
Starting 5 all time. So give me Curry, my point guard. Right. My point guard. My 2 is Jordan. Those are quick. Who I'm gonna put at 3? It's a tough one. Put at 3. Go ahead. I'll give you LeBron, but that mean I gotta put KD at 4. KD is at the 4. And then my center, give me Shaq.
All right.
Yeah, give me Shaq.
I like it. See, even as not as like a hardcore NBA fan, I knew all those players. So I like that. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you about your pregame routine. All right, so like I was pregaming for this. I even did a little tailgate. All right, I get nervous like doing this, like talking to players. I get nervous even talking to like I have beat writers on here sometimes. Even anyone like I feel like is smarter than the stuff I'm going to talk about. I get a little bit nervous. I'm not that bro. But
good.
No, but what's your pregame routine? And do you get nervous like going onto the field? Not nervous like I get nervous, like I get all stuttery, but like because you're gonna ball. But are there any pregame jitters, and like what's your routine going out there in the before game?
Well, yeah, I get butterflies before every game. Get that feeling. And it's just like brand new, like, oh, it's my first game type thing. I feel like that sometimes. When it start getting the games I don't get butterflies for, I usually play terrible, because that means I'm not locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it must be like a preseason game or something like that where I'm just
don't
like,
care.
like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't ready. But yeah, I get that feeling. But I wake up. I'm a big gospel guy. That calms me. Big gospel guy. And then eat my breakfast like I do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta eat my full breakfast. I gotta eat a big breakfast. It depends on if it's 12 o'clock game or that late night game. But yeah, I eat a big breakfast in the morning. Drive over to the Lambeau. I get there about 3 hours early every time. Because
Much like
I sit in my
Gato.
locker. It's
Yeah.
usually me and Preston get there at the same time, like
All right.
around the same time, because we'll sit in the locker. I would sit in my locker, waste time. Nobody even there. I'll just be wasting time, getting my mind right. Roll out, stretch, all that. All the while I'm listening to my gospel, right? You know what I'm saying? Listen to my gospel, but then we get close to the games and I start, getting a little bit more up-tempo songs on.
DMX.
A little bit more, a little bit more DMX, a little bit more Wayne and Gunna, and they call me an old head, but the young guys be getting me the younger guys be getting me with the Gunna, the who they talk, who they love. They love in the locker room. They was arguing about Stokes was arguing with me the other day.
Yeah,
about,
my kids because I'm a rap fan. Like that's what I grew up to. So like I'll talk to my kids about the people I used to listen to like that's old. Ain't nobody listening to that no more. I'm like Outcast. I'll be trying to explain to them like Too Short. You know what I mean? And they were like, no, it's always a name that starts with Lil. Everyone's name starts with Lil. Like, ain't no tall people no more. Like, what's going on? Maybe I'm just old. I don't know.
We was arguing about they was arguing about NBA YoungBoy. And now, granted, I'm only 28, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you talking to Stokes, he he's 21 just coming out. So NBA YoungBoy, they'll tell you NBA YoungBoy better than Jay-Z, Kanye, Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more of I'm a big Kanye Wayne fan. So it's like J. Cole. I like J. Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I switch it up. I like good songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like songs like with a story, even if it's like a bank robbery, like Easy. Like I used to tell my kids, I like a story. I get it. He's robbing a bank. He's holding hostages. It's fine. It's a story. I like a story. Like Tupac, I like Eminem, Lil Wayne. I feel like he just says whatever pops in his head that afternoon. Jay-Z, I like that stuff. Anyways, well, this is a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. I feel like we're friends now. All right, so I can ask you a dumb question. All right, if you're in a fight, all right, you're about to scrap it up, and you can pick any TV character, any movie character that you want to be your sidekick that you're going to war with. Who you got?
Movie character? It could be
any movie character. Who's the most badass movie character?
Man, I can have anybody.
That's a good question. I'm a professional podcaster.
Yeah, I would. Man, it would have to be an Avenger or something. It had to be. Yeah. It had to be Black Panther or the Hulk or or Thor. You know what I'm saying?
I think those are good. I was talking to my wife about that before. I was like, I'm gonna ask this question. She's like, you sure about that? That's what you're gonna ask him? You're gonna ask the safety in the NFL that question? I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's gotta be. I was like, it's gotta be like a superhero or like someone from Casino. It's gotta be like a mobster. I love mobster movies.
It gotta be, yeah. But I'm saying it gotta be somebody fake though, because it's
yeah. It's gotta be Spider-Man. Like who can mess with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I got you know what I'm saying?
Dude, my son back in the day, because I don't know, you got a little one just ran in earlier when we started. My son used to web people at Walmart. We were big Spider-Man people. He would just walk at people at Walmart and he would web them, and then they would have to act. If a kid webs you, what are you gonna do? You gotta be like, ah.
You gotta pretend. You gotta.
Yeah.
I just got webbed the other day.
Yeah. My son used to web people all the time. All right. I'm not even gonna ask his last question. We're gonna let you go. But everyone, official AdrianAmos.com. Go get yourself some merch. Dude, I fully appreciate you taking the time. I think I used probably more time than you wanted to talk to me for.
It's all good. We're good.
But I appreciate. Hey, but you got Aaron Rodgers coming back. All right. I'm gonna ask you no crazy questions. All right. I know a lot of players are getting extended, and if you wanted to break some news on my particular podcast, that'd be okay too. But because I feel like me and Preston Smith are boys, right?
Right.
I feel like we're boys. We talk a little bit. We're not best friends. We ain't going on vacations together. We went bowling together one time, right? I beat him. I don't want to talk about it, but I beat him one game. But like he got a deal. I feel like Aaron Rodgers may or may not have slipped Pat McAfee a scoopage. I feel like Preston could have slipped me a scoopage. We're not, you know what I mean? It would have been all right. I just want, I'm not trying to be a reporter, but I'd like to one time have a tweet that says, sources tell me. Just nobody would believe me anyways. If I ever said, Adrian Amos, this is going to happen, and sources told me, like, get the hell out of here. Go make a googly eye video, some.
No,
I'm not gonna put you on the spot. But hey, if you ever want to break some news to a low-level podcaster,
you the guy.
I'm your guy, bro.
Oh, you the guy. All right.
I'm gonna keep your secret. No, hey, I fully appreciate you, bro. It was awesome to meet you. I get a little shy talking to new people. So like when I had a podcast and I'm gonna talk to NFL players, it was a little nerve-wracking for me, but I think we got this one down. I feel like this is one I can feel good about.
Oh, for sure.
Did it all right?
This was great. Yeah, it was painless. You know what I'm saying? I actually enjoy stuff like this. It's not, too formal, laid back.
Yeah.
Just conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's a good show.
That is what I try to promote. It's not serious stuff. We're not over here. I think it's funny, like how, I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but like people take this stuff so serious. Like they get so upset, like because I'm a troll. That's basically what I am. Like for my social media, like most of my videos, like even the ones that kind of seem serious, I'm still kind of trolling. I know that there's certain things I can say about Aaron Rodgers, who I love. I love me some Aaron Rodgers, and I'll defend him to the death. Not to the death, because I'm not that good of a fighter, but I'll defend him verbally. but I know there's certain things I can say that'll trigger everyone, and they'll be in my comments. They don't realize the algorithm works like that. You can comment and tell me I'm a piece of crap. I like it. I enjoy it. But I enjoy your Twitter. I think most Packer fans do. I think most Packer fans salute you. I think you're one of the most vocal Packer players who will troll, not troll, but respond to trolls. And also, like when you're talking about the NBA, like I feel like that passion, like most of us have for the Packers. Like when you're talking about the NBA, and you're talking. First of all, before I let you go, say something nice about Giannis. Can you say something
nice about Giannis?
I want to clip this. Not that you don't think anything nice about Giannis, but like say something really good about Giannis. I could clip it. I could put it on my Instagram, and everyone will love you. You know what I mean?
Giannis is the top 5 basketball player in the league right now, today.
Do you get the Bucks games? I
watch Giannis. I like Giannis. I like the way Giannis plays. People think I don't like it. I like Giannis. I like.
Yeah, I don't think.
I just don't think he's better than Durant.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of people I disagree with you, but like. That's like me disagreeing with the guy what kind of tire I should get. I don't know anything about basketball. Yeah. I really don't. I like Giannis. I'm a Bucks fan, but like I'm not like a basketball fan like I am football. Like I kind of know like what kind of safety you are. I'm not acting like I watch film or anything either. But like I know more about football than I am about basketball. Like Giannis, to me, he's really good. He's mostly because he's like one of 5 guys that like I watch. In the league. Like I'm not a basketball guy. I'm not saying basketball is bad. I watch it. Like my kid could tell you way more about basketball than I could. I actually asked him before. I'm like, I'm gonna have Amazon. I was like, he watches basketball. You got any tips? He's like, yeah, get out of here. I'm trying to watch this. No, but I'll clip that. I appreciate you taking the time talking with me, man. And have a good off season, my man.
Oh yeah, appreciate you. Thank you for having me on. All
right.
My son was trying to get in the door again.
Oh, hey, he's welcome to jump on, man. Anytime. I'm gonna let you go.
He'll talk y'all. All he knows is LeBron James because of Space Jam 2. So
I actually haven't watched Space Jam. I can't even talk Space Jam 2. But yeah, I think every kid. LeBron will be rich for a long time off that movie. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right anyways. Thanks for taking the time with me. We got Adrian Amos in the house. I think I didn't suck on this podcast. Let's have ourselves a drink, people.